Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Renita Felma Devi, an accounting student class F. Now, I'm going to explain you about activity-based costing from Accounting Principle 2 by Elizabeth A. Minbiole. Okay, so keep watching. Activity-based costing. Traditionally, in a job order costing system and process cost system, overhead is allocated to a job or function based on direct labor hours, machine hour, or direct labor dollars. However, in some companies, new technology have changed the manufacturing environment such that the number of hours worked or dollars earned by employees are no longer good indicators for how much overhead will be needed to complete a job or process product through a particular function. Activity-based costing activities. Activity-based costing assumes that the step or activity that must be followed to manufacture a product are what determine the overhead costs incurred. Each overhead cost, whether variable or fixed, is assigned to a category of costs. These cost categories are called activity cost pools. Those cost drivers are the actual activities that cause the total cost in an activity cost pool to increase. The number of time materials are ordered, the number of production lines in a factory, and the number of shipments made to customers are all examples of activity that impact the cost a company incurs. When using ABC, the total cost of each activity pool is divided by the total number of units of the activity to determine the cost per unit. So, I give you the formula. The formula for activity-based cost per unit equal total activity cost divided by total number of units for activity. A per unit cost is calculated by dividing the total dollar in each activity cost pool by the number of units of the activity cost drivers. As an example, to calculate the per unit cost for the purchasing department, the total cost of the purchasing department are divided by the number of purchase order. And then activity categories. When using cost drivers to assign overhead costs to individual units, works well for some activities. For some activities such as setup costs, the costs are not incurred to produce an individual unit but rather to produce a batch of the same units. For other costs, the cost incurred might be based on the number of products line or simply because there is a manufacturing facility. To assign overhead costs more accurately, activity-based costing assigns activities to one of four categories. The first is unit level activity, occur every time a service is performed or a product is made. The cost of direct materials, direct labor, and machine maintenance are examples of unit level activities. The second is batch level activities, are costs incurred every time a group of units is produced or a series of steps is performed. Purchase order, machine setup, and quality tests are examples of batch level activities. The third is product line activities, are those activities that support an entire product lines but not necessarily each individual units. Example of product line activities are engineering changes made in assembly line, product design changes, and warehousing and storage costs for each product line. The fourth is facility support activities, are necessary for development and production to take place. These costs are administrative in nature and include building depreciations, property tax, plant security, insurance, accounting, outside landscape and maintenance, and plant management and support staff salaries. The cost of unit level, batch level, and product line activities are easily allocated to a specific product, either directly as a unit level activity or through allocation of a pooled cost for batch level and product line activities. In contrast, the facility level costs are kept separate and product costs and are not allocated to individual units because the allocation would have been made on an arbitrary basis such as square feet, number of deficiencies or products, and so on. Okay, I think that's all about my explanation. For lesson more, I do apologize. I hope this lesson can be useful for you and can enlarge your knowledge. So thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.